All right, game number one. Oh, and we're on screen again.
Well,
Look
let's
at
go.
that.
That's sensational.
Catch me falling over in the back when someone says something off the wall. But game number one, we are going to get some bans here. It looks like purple side team, they want nothing to do with that Buzzwall. And honestly, me neither.
Yeah, you really can't blame it. It's almost, especially with no EX mons here. Yeah, the Leafeon, probably Fable, and the Buzzwole are almost automatic bans. See,
Mm-hmm.
Zero Aura ban. That's a very interesting one.
Yeah, the Zero Aura ban makes me think that's targeted.
It could be it.
You tend to see that sometimes here when we're kind of just memeing and scheming. You'll see some of these things like you see the greeting that's maybe
Yeah.
happening. Yep, that's they do not want Squirrel of Death on that greeting. They're just
Mhm.
trying to target that away from him. So you tend to see some of those.
So we see a couple of targeted bans. Yeah, again, shocked by the Zero Aura, but the Buzzwole, the Leafeon, no surprises here. Good first pick on Goodra there. Very interesting build. I've never seen a Cursed Incense, Wise Glasses, Shell Bell look. But hey, they want to get in there. That looks muddy water to me. What do you think, Kyle?
Um, it definitely seems that way. I mean, the Shell Bell, giving some of that extra cooldown, but potentially, I mean, if you're wanting to go full into the healing, it could be Dragon Pulse. But
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I could see it going either way. I mean, you never know when it's like full damage Gudra. The orange side team, though, this is starting to look very scary. You got a
Oh yeah.
lot of CC. You got a Trevenant, the Delphox. If you go with that Fire Spin build, that can be a problem.
I do like the pick over for the Clefable. That kind of shuts down this Meowscarada just a little bit here, although with all the CC going on there. And the thing I like about this pick too, the Fire Spin Delphox does a lot to protect this Decidueye here. So Decidueye could stay back right behind its tree, right behind the Delphox, and really rain down those Spirit Shackles.
I'm looking at some of the items on some of these builds, seeing the cursed incense on the Delphox. It's the only cursed item on the side for orange, but I think that's something that you are going to need, especially when you're going against a Clefable, and then even to a lesser extent that Gudra, who could potentially run that the Dragon Pulse build where it does heal a bit off of itself, so it could kind of slow that down. So wouldn't mind. Oh, there we go. We got another one. Wolf is going to add that bangle on Decidueye. So now you got double cursed items. I think that's going to be really strong to kind of slow some of that healing down.
I do like that move. We have two cursed items over on the purple side as well, although no healer. I know Trevenant can heal itself a little bit with Pain Split, but looks like they're going to stick with it. Oh, and we got the Slow Smoke on the Meowscarada. That's going to be pretty exciting here. Maybe can trap that Chandelure in some tough situations.
It's a little bit different from what you normally see Meowscarada. A lot of people tend to run the eject just in the event that, you don't direct that floral flourish in the right direction. You can use it to redirect it, or the enemy ejects, you could kind of counter eject. It's one of those things that's really strong on Masquerada, but I think the slow smoke can do a lot of the same, and it's on a little bit slower of a cooldown, and it can kind of keep you in there, especially if you're running, like the Trailblaze Night Slash, where you get a lot of attack speed. But top lane, Gyarados, I love
Love it.
Magikarp and Gyarados in
We,
this meta currently.
we've got the fish and we've got the dragon Mugi back to back up there. That's going to be a lot of fun and could be pretty tricky, although the Decidueye a really good anti-stacker there.
Yeah, once those basic attacks get fully online, it's really hard to run away from it. But it looks like Squirtle is going to try to get a stack in early, able to do so. No harm, no foul. Are they going to be able to get the secure on that? They do steal that away, and they're going to grab another stack. They're going to try to get out. They burn their eject for it. Totally okay, though. They might stick around for another one. Oh, unfortunately, they do not grab it. They're just going to have to back on out. Good peel by the Clefable to get that out of dodge.
A bit of aggressive play that time by Squirtle. It's one of the best Pokemon in the game right now. It has such a good early game with that water gun secure, and you have kind of a built-in type of eject button, although we have a very early Gyarados in the top half, just level 4 here, battling up against the Combuskin and this baby tree.
Yeah, that Combuskin making it work there early on, and not only that, but Tree might be able to grab another stack. It is on fire from the Chandelure, who is trying to get that to stop, but It is going to pay the price for it. Phantom's going to go down, but the damage is done because it does look like Combuskin was able to kind of clean up those central birds.
Let's see if War Turtle can come in a couple of basic attacks. I like them not getting too aggressive there. If it goes on the pad, the Braxian there can cause a little bit of trouble, as now we see our first Evo over on the side. Not quite all the way up there yet, but with the Florgato, certainly in the right direction.
Here we go. Gokhan is going to try, or is that Maul? Maul is going to get a nice 30 dunk there right before the central birds pop up. It does evolve into that Blaziken, but Maul's going to pay the price. Overheat. It does a lot of damage, but not against 3 whole Pokemon that are absolutely ganged up on them. Mid-farm, though, looks like Florgato is going to be able to grab that basement side, though. Clef and Blastoise getting some dunks in, leaving that goal at 25.
This could be a little bit of a mistake, though, for Purple, letting Florgato get just a tick before getting into that Meowscarada. They let him get fat. They let the Owl go ahead and get fat with Dark Tricks. And now a very early, almost full team rotate as we see Tree going there down. It looks like the big fight's going to be with this Basement Reggie.
Yeah. 25 seconds until that, but before that, we are going to have some birds spawn in this middle lane, and they are going to be contested. Maul's going to load up an overheat. Looks like Purple side was able to clear those before that overheat was procced. Basement, though, 10 seconds. We are going to have a Regi Rock, Steel, or Ice. Looks like all 5 members of Purple are down here ready to rip it and rip it.
Yeah, it looks like the Trevenant over on the orange side is going to hang out up top, although it's not going to be contested. They could pick up some of that middle farm as we see a big push here coming from the Purple side, going deep into the Flux Zone.
Yeah, 5 members down. They break that goal. It's 163-48. It is a Reg Ice on the map. Purple side team is going to clear this like nobody's business and try to make a beeline. Probably towards that top, but potentially they could just try to score bottom, knowing that it's likely that orange is taking it off the map, but they do elect to start heading towards this top side area. Molinaki and Trevenant are going to be able to grab and clear that off the map, and it's going to start to push into the tier 1, but if Purple side's smart, they may just allow that to walk on in, because that would be a very minimal overcap.
I was going to say, I'd probably let it walk. The only reason that I think Purple should have rotated to the top anyway is to make sure that there wasn't a quick score break and then let that waddle into the tier 2. But yeah, they could have let that one go into the tier 1, but maybe they want that positioning for the later Regilucky.
Very, very possible. Very possible. Maul might start heading down with that Blaziken, but ooh, nice fire spin grabs the Gyarados and the Goodra. Ooh, and the Pain Split Trevenant is starting to do a little bit of damage, but they are running dangerously low. There are 4 members of Purple side to clear that out, and this Meowscarada is very dangerously low. Nice use of that double team to get on away and out of dodge. This Decidueye, though, is kind of living in dangerous territory because this Gyarados is absolutely looming, uses the Dragon Breath on the farm, but they're going to back on out. Imprison stops it, at least for the time being. Another Dragon Breath on top of it. It's 1 HP in a dream. That is a nightmare. All 5 members of the Purple side converging directly onto that Owl.
And the fact that the Decidueye could make it that far away, that's why some people have been opting for Leaf Storm. Probably could have pushed the Gyarados out of the way. Shadow Sting's never a bad call, though, as we're going to see a bit of a punishment here. Meowscarada, nope, not able to get out of it with the double team. Really good team play so far from this Purple side. They're deathballing all the way through.
Absolutely, but on the top side, though, we do have Orange with a nice counter score. They're going to get about 68 points. It's 1 shy of being nice, but they do get some of their points in. They take that score lead, 440, but they do give up this bottom objective. At least positioning, Decidueye might have a chance to snipe that away, though.
Yeah, there's a chance. Let's see what ends up going on, as we can't quite see the Basement Reggie, although it looks like the Purple side was able to pick it up thanks to the Gyarados and those swift basic attacks off the Dragon Breath. And now another rotation over towards the top. It seems like we've got 3 members of the orange team ganged around that Regilucky, and that's going to be big given the fact that they already have a ton of points over in that tier 2 goal as they win.
163, 197 is your current standing at the 4-minute mark. Looks like Chandelure able to get a KO onto that Meowscarada. Fanciful Fireworks gets dropped into the middle of the fight, but Purple side team doesn't seem to care too much. They're able to kind of heal up, clear it out, thanks to that Clefable. And No harm, no foul. They cleared out, but it does look like they did give up a bit of score in that bottom path. Not a huge overcap, but I think Orange team is pretty happy to just have that off the map. Gives them a little bit of a positional advantage, knowing that they already have the score lead.
Yeah, it certainly helps, and they don't know how high they're up by. It's almost a full, actually, it's 101 points right here. But yeah, just to be able to make that happen, as we see some big Spirit Shackles flying through from the Decidueye, and that's something that can happen when you've got that lead there. The Decidueye can really hit those from downtown, gets a nice little 2-kill streak, and then also helping out the Blaziken there, who's finally starting to get online in this game after a couple of overheats that just didn't quite do enough damage.
Yeah, level 13. That chicken is Nashville hot right now. Highest level in the game. Looking at the side of purple team, overheat, or that Chandelure able to get tick into 12. On purple side team here, I'm just absolutely pumping XP into my Gyarados. Chandelure maybe a little bit. It'll hit 13, but that Gyarados is going to need to hit that level 13 power spike to really be impactful come this Rayquaza.
So it's going to need a lot. Nobody going after those middle birds in the top path, as we see a very early knock here. So this is why we'll be without its Unite move over towards the end. And now we see a Unite move coming through over from the Delphox as well. So Delphox can charge it right back up. And it's going to be a little tough for this Decidueye to get right back and get another knock in time to replace it.
Yeah, I think Orange team is probably okay with that. Knock's not necessarily like the most impactful move. It's not something that you like use for secure. So you do see teams from time to time burn that in a bigger team fight before Rayquaza. He'll get it back eventually, but
yeah,
not really to start this fight. But no harm, no foul. 254, 163. Its final stretch time. Points are going to be doubled. Orange team has a nice little lead here going into this Rayquaza. They don't necessarily need to take it. Then they can kind of be a little bit more choosy on the fights that go on here.
Yeah, Kyle, though the biggest lead that you'll see over on the scoreboard there is the level lead in favor of the orange side, as they've got all level either 12 through 14s, 3 or 4 level 11s, and that's the reason we've already seen the tank go down. Now Chandelure goes down. It's so far a 5v2, just a couple more to wipe off.
Wow, that Blastoise did pick off the Meowscarada. It's just this lonely Clefable trying to heal itself, and it's time to grip it and rip it if you're orange. This Decidueye is absolutely just shredding it, and we see Blaziken doing exactly what it needed to do, make sure that no one was able to enter that Ray fight, and that's exactly what Orange Team did. 3-4 members down. They're going to start to come back, but this lead might be a little bit more insurmountable if you're the purple side team, as they get another 100 dunk, another 100's going in for this Blaziken. They get 100 on the main. With a minute left, the score leads just shy of 400 points, and purple side team is going to have to need to regroup if they want to get back in this.
And Kyle, a small but brilliant play that time from the Delphox. The Delphox was going to charge in on the tier 2, but knowing that the Blaziken has that higher HP pool, able to hop in, its shield won't get broken as quickly as Delphox's, gets that score in, and now we have a nice, comfortable lead from this orange side. Looks like purple's going to push that tier 2 on the bottom part.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's one important thing to do when you win Ray, is to kind of be mindful of who can get into the central goal and who needs to score in those outer areas. But a nice overheat is set up from that bush. I love watching that Blaziken play. It's very common to see it just kind of hide in the bush, and unsuspecting it's a ton of burst damage, but looks like purple side team, they're not going to have enough money in their pockets, not enough time on the clock. Orange team taking game 1 of the Crunchy Customs.
And that's why you feed yourself that experience. The orange side ending with 4 level 15s on their side. Highest level over on the purple side, just 13. So, hey, they were able to get fat, knock down Ray, and go home with a bunch of hundo burgers there. 708 to 163.
708, 163, like you said, is our final numbers across the board. Some big KO numbers, Maul, Anaki, 7 KOs, 9 assists. We have Wolf grabbing another couple KOs there. 59k damage. Maul with 69k damage, highest in the match. And I think that was a really nice amount of damage.